The book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, is one of the most sold success books of all time, with millions of copies sold. Now, the author behind this book lived a very tough and tragic life for the majority of his early years. His mother died when he was still in high school. He got really depressed, so he didn't go to college. He served in the army and he flew a lot of jets and airplanes. And after that, he went on to sell life insurance for 10 years. But he really wasn't that good at it. And his wife left him, his children left him, and he had a lot of debt to pay off. And he owed all this money. And every year, he got more and more sad until one day he went into a store, bought a gun, and was about to shoot himself. Fortunately, he chose not to shoot himself. He wrote this book. He taught these lessons that really changed his life. And I want to share with you the 5 things I learned from this book that are just incredible. There's obviously a lot more I learned from this book, but I want to share with you some of the best things. Number 1, the power of habit. You have to let good habits take you over. Because guess what? All of us humans are not perfect creatures. We're chained down by habits. And it's up to you to decide, do you want good habits or bad habits to rule your day? Either way, we're going to have habits that will chain us down. And guess what? There's this quote. The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too hard to be broken. Which pretty much means habits, you don't really feel them as habits until after a long time they become habits, and then at that point it's like very hard to change them. So it's best to get this underway when you are younger, because when you're older it's very, very difficult to change your habits. By then it's, you're kind of set in stone. So if you're younger, this is huge. You have to start working on them. The second thing, and this is just incredible. It's so simple but amazing. Cultivate the habit of laughter. Understand the phrase, this too will pass. There's no point wasting time complaining about things or feeling anxious and, fearful of things and worrying about these things. Because guess what? You're not going to change anything sometimes. Some of these things can't be changed by spending an hour of your precious life worrying about it. You've just wasted 1 hour of your precious life, and life is very short. Number 3, seek out opportunities, and the experiences from these opportunities will multiply. I call this, and I learned this from my own experiences as well as many other successful people's advice, I call this opening yourself up to serendipity and chance. Because life is complicated and you don't know what's out there. Could be something that you could have never predicted, you could never have expected, that might occur if you put yourself out there. Whether it's going out on a date, asking this guy if he could mentor you, going out for a coffee date with like a successful person, reaching out and asking. And you may get rejected, but sometimes incredible things happen. If you put out YouTube videos, you might not even expect something to occur because life is just so complicated. Maybe some high-level CEO will see your videos and be like, this guy's kind of interesting. He's reading a lot of good books. Maybe I'll go reach out to him and invite him to consult for my company. Who knows? Or maybe you're doing makeup videos, same type of thing. You get some type of connection through that. Maybe you don't make YouTube videos. Maybe you just go out and you go to a business networking event, and all of a sudden you meet someone who knows someone who can help you or get you promoted. Now that's not always the case, and as a caveat, some networking events are just like a complete waste of time and just like pure crap. But you get the point. Number 4, really understand that you are the controller of your emotions. Now, humans are special in the sense that, not that we're like these perfect beings, but we have this ability to control our reaction to events. Animals and other creatures, they react immediately. But with humans, if someone provokes you or is really angry towards you, or, tries to get you to, react back emotionally, whether in anger or fear or whatever else, you have the ability to control your emotions and choose not to engage in that same way. You don't have to be this person of natural reaction. Unfortunately, a lot of people are. Most average people, they just react naturally, and it's not always the best thing to do. They sometimes throw oil onto a fire and make things even worse. And the last thing, number 5, is persist. Persist until you succeed. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean like if you keep persisting at something for like 50 years and it's not working out and you haven't made $1, maybe, acting's not the thing for you if that's what you want to do, if you want to be an actor, for instance. Sometimes it requires a little bit of pivoting. Maybe you can do acting in a different form on YouTube or something. So there is some pivoting involved. But I think the big emphasis on this is that most people give up way too quickly. They give up after their first failure, their first bankruptcy, or whatever. But when you look at some of the most successful people in the world, they didn't give up after that first failed attempt. You see it on YouTube a lot too. Markiplier, his first channel got shut down. Now his second channel, millions of subscribers. Timothy De La Ghetto, same thing. His first YouTube channel got shut down. Now I'm just using YouTube examples, but there's plenty of other examples out there in multiple areas of life. There's this great book. I did an interview with the author on this YouTube channel. It's called Getting There. And she interviews some of the most successful people of our time, from Hans Zimmer, the composer behind songs like The Inception and a bunch of other stuff, to Warren Buffett, the billionaire. And long story short, one thing she found, which was just incredible, which was that a lot of these people, when she examined their life stories, they went through a lot of hardships and failure and rejection. Some of them were unemployed. Some of them were homeless. Some of them got a lot of doors slammed in their faces. But it didn't let them stop them. And that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.